Releasing in August 1992, Mortal Kombat would go on to become one of the most successful video game franchises ever. With ports coming a year after the first game hit arcades, the launch date became known as Mortal Monday, one of the largest video game launches of its time, and it was the day that gamers could finally bring Mortal Kombat home. So today I'm heading to one of my favorite retro game stores to hunt down and complete my Mortal Kombat collection. That's complete with a K, and collection also with a K. What's up, combatants, and welcome to this video showcasing my retro games collecting journey. Today, we are going on the hunt for every single Mortal Kombat game, or at least every definitive version of that game. So I've been really diving into video game collecting, retro game collecting. Mortal Kombat is one of my favorite franchises. I do have a good chunk of the Mortal Kombat games, but I was really hoping to flesh out my collection of Mortal Kombat games and just obtain the definitive version of every single Mortal Kombat port. So when you go games collecting or hunting, I find that it's best to have a list or a plan in place before. It's also good to kind of memorize and know what games are going for and where the market is with these certain games. If you go in without a plan, at least in my experience, I tend to find that I just spend way too much money. So my plan today is to go to one of my favorite retro game stores, shout out to Kill Screen Games in Asbury Park, and basically buy up every Mortal Kombat game that I don't have, or at least the definitive versions. And what I mean by definitive versions is the best quote unquote port of each game or console version of each game. So we'll go through the entire Mortal Kombat franchise, identify what games we're looking for before we head out to the game store. Also, game collections don't count. While I know that maybe Midway Arcade Treasures or the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection might have the best versions of the arcade games of Mortal Kombat 1, 2, or 3, and so on, these for me don't count. I'm looking for the actual physical port of the game, the best version that you could buy when this game released. We're also only looking for complete in-box games, and we're not looking for the greatest hits versions, black labels only. Let's start off with the original Mortal Kombat. The original Mortal Kombat released in August 1992. It was then released for home consoles September 13th, 1993. I believe the definitive version to be the Sega Genesis version. Sure, the Super Nintendo does look better, but the Genesis version has the blood code, and that's why you're playing Mortal Kombat. And I already have a copy of Mortal Kombat Mortal Kombat Original. We'll get into Mortal Kombat 1 later. On the Sega Genesis, it is complete in box. As you notice, it's missing. That's because it is playing on my CRT TV back there. So we don't need to hunt for this one because I've already got it. So let's move on to Mortal Kombat 2. Now, I don't own any console versions of Mortal Kombat 2, so that's something we're going to be looking for. The best version is the 32X version. 32X version is a little hard to find. I would be okay with buying an SNES version or even a Genesis version of Mortal Kombat 2. I think if I'm going to tier it, it would probably go 32X, SNES, and then Genesis. So we'll be looking for that today. Moving right along to Mortal Kombat 3, also known as Mortal Kombat 3 Vanilla. This is not Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. This is not Mortal Kombat Trilogy. This is the original Mortal Kombat 3, and the definitive version of this is the long box on the PS1. And I know that Kill Screen Games has this because the last time I was there, I saw it. So I am looking forward to getting this. Now, Mortal Kombat 3 released for consoles in October of 1995. Almost a full year later, we got Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which included characters like Scorpion, Human Smoke, Classic Sub-Zero, Katana, Melina, Jade, basically all of the ninjas that were, for whatever reason, omitted from the original Mortal Kombat 3. The definitive version of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 is seen as the Sega Saturn version. So that's the version we're going to be looking for, hunting for today. Rounding out the Mortal Kombat 3 games, we have Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Mortal Kombat Trilogy also launched on PlayStation the same time as Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 did for the last gen consoles. The PlayStation version is the one that we are going to look for this one. And the next game to release is Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero. And the definitive version of this one is on the PlayStation. The N64 version of this game does not have videos because the N64 just couldn't handle it. So the PlayStation version is really the one that we're looking for here. And then shortly after Mortal Kombat Mythologies came out, Mortal Kombat 4 hit the arcades. And about a year after that, we got a port for Mortal Kombat 4. Again, the best version of this is the PlayStation, unless you're talking about Mortal Kombat Gold, which came out in 2000, 2 years later for the Sega Dreamcast. It added 5 more characters and just really increased the graphics. But we're looking for both of them. So we're looking for Mortal Kombat 4 on the PS1 and Mortal Kombat Gold for the Dreamcast. Although actually we don't have to look for Mortal Kombat Gold for the Dreamcast because I do have that. This is actually one that I picked up on eBay. It's in very, very good condition, as you can see. There are 2 different versions of it. One that has I believe a gold disc and one that has a red disc. The red disc one is the better one, and that is the one that has a bunch of bug fixes. But as you can see, it is in very good condition. Love Mortal Kombat Gold. The same year that Mortal Kombat Gold released, and actually a few months before Mortal Kombat Gold released, Midway released probably the worst Mortal Kombat game ever, and that is Mortal Kombat Special Forces. Now, surprisingly, this game actually is worth a good amount of money. I don't really know why. I think it's just because of how rare it probably is. But this game, if you can skip it, I would say skip it. But since we're trying to build out the whole collection here, it is something that I have. A game that probably could be forgotten by time. So I actually have all of the quote-unquote 3D era games, which is Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Now I have the Greatest Hits version. I would like to get one that's not the Greatest Hits version. Mortal Kombat Deception, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, and the Steelbook edition of Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Now, when we're talking about definitive versions, really the Xbox versions provide better visuals. So if I do see these, I may pick them up, but we already have them, so I don't know if I need them. So we'll keep an eye out for them, but I'm not going to be super upset if we don't find them. And really that's going to go for Deadly Alliance and Shaolin Monks. Those are the Xbox versions that I want. For Mortal Kombat Deception, we want to look out for the GameCube version. And that's because the GameCube version added new characters. You have Shao Kahn and you have Goro in the GameCube version. And that released a little bit later than the PS2 and original Xbox versions. So I'll be on the lookout for that one. And then when it comes to Mortal Kombat Armageddon, we want to look for the Wii version because again, it added new content. It added a new character with female chameleon. And that is seen as the definitive version there. It's also a whole generation ahead, being on the Wii as opposed to being on the PS2 or the Xbox original. All right, the stepchild of Mortal Kombat, and that is Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. I do have the collector's edition, again with K, and I have it for the Xbox 360. It's got pretty cool artwork on it done by the great Alex Ross. If you know comics, you know who he is. So yeah, this is a game that, again, largely forgotten. It's one of my least favorite Mortal Kombat games, but I do have the collector's edition and it's pretty cool looking. So, and then the rebooted era of Mortal Kombat 9, which I already have. The PlayStation version is the definitive version. It's the one that comes with Kratos. If you can get the complete edition Black Label, that is the best. I don't have it, but I do have all that content because I purchased it so long ago and I could always just download it. Mortal Kombat X, really you could go with the Xbox One version or the PS4 version. I have the Xbox One version, complete inbox. I don't think we need to look for this one. Mortal Kombat 11 is next up on that, and the definitive version is the PS4 version because it comes with the PS5 upgrade, and also the PS4 version has all of the content on the disc. Now I do have Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate Edition. Sorry, I should have said that. The Ultimate Edition PS4 version is what we're looking for. I do have that. It is actually still sealed, complete inbox, because I play it more on Steam, and that's where I was playing it. But I do have this. It wasn't very expensive to buy. And then the last one is Mortal Kombat 1 Premium Edition, and that's something that I only own digitally right now. I'm not really on the hunt for it, but if I see it out in the wild, then I may purchase it. So that's all of the Mortal Kombat games. So what ones are we actually going to look for in this hunt? So let's pull up the list. So a recap, we're looking for Mortal Kombat 2 for the Sega 32X or Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis. We're looking for Mortal Kombat 3 Long Box PS1. We're looking for Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 Sega Saturn. We're looking for Mortal Kombat Trilogy PS1, Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero PS1, Mortal Kombat 4 PS1. And then a nice to have would be Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance for the original Xbox, Deception for the GameCube, Shaolin Monks for the original Xbox, and Armageddon for the Wii, and then also Mortal Kombat 1 Premium Edition for PS5. So that's our list. That's what we're hunting for. So now I'm gonna go out to Killscreen Games and see what they got. Wish me luck. All right, guys, I'm in Asbury Park now. We are about to hit up Killscreen Games. So yeah, let's see what they got, and hopefully we can fill out my Mortal Kombat collection. Located in historical Asbury Park, New Jersey, Killscreen Games has a wide variety of retro games for just about every console and handheld. Their prices are also extremely fair, usually selling around the lower end of the list price for most games. They have a ton of gems and high-demand games in their display case. It's the main reason why this is my go-to store. They also sell a ton of old consoles and accessories as well. And while I wasn't able to find every game on our list today, I did find a good chunk. So I'm going to head home and we'll take a look at what I got. But before I got into my car, I noticed a new store across the street that I had never seen before. Rambo's Attic, an 80s and 90s toy store that was celebrating their grand opening, so I had to stop in. I chatted a bit with the owner, who was extremely nice and showed me around the store. This shop was pure nostalgia, with display cases full of comic books, old Disney VHSs, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, wrestling, and of course, Star Wars toys. And while not for sale, there was a TV up front with an NES and a Super Nintendo set up for anyone who wanted to jump into a game. So if you're ever in Asbury Park gaming or nostalgia hunting, I recommend checking out Killscreen Games and Rambo's Attic. All right, guys, so I am back now, and as you can see, we picked up 6 games. There were a few that they did not have. So we'll start off with Mortal Kombat 2. Didn't see the 32X version, not surprised, but I did get Mortal Kombat 2 complete in box for Super Nintendo. Comes with this cool case too. We can open it up and see what it looks like inside. Yeah, this box is in fantastic condition also. And here we go. As you can see, cartridge. It's got the manual. That's Maximum Carnage. Wow. The manual back here, which is also in pristine condition. Fantastic. And it looks like it came with a poster too. Cool. I didn't even realize this. This one might actually have to get hung up in the studio. Check it out. That makes it worth it, I feel like. And then on the back, a Maximum Carnage poster. Pretty sweet. And then I also picked up Mortal Kombat 2 for the Sega Genesis. I felt like it was worth it. Now I have it for both systems, Genesis and SNES. Mortal Kombat 3. I've been to this store so many times. I've seen it there. I've seen the long box. And I asked the guy working there if they still had it, and he had said that he just sold it the day before. So I was just a day late at getting Mortal Kombat 3 for the PS1, but they did have Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for the Sega Saturn. I really don't like how bulky Sega Saturn's boxes are. This looks like it was a video game rental copy, and there was a sticker on it, and I did pull it off, and now there's this big void sticker. I have to work on getting this void sticker off, and I'll be able to do that, but I also don't want to damage the disc or scratch the disc. So yeah, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Now they only had the greatest hits version, so I said no. I'll hold out and wait until I see a black label copy of it. I'm sure I'll be able to find it. So Mortal Kombat Trilogy we did not get, so we're gonna have a few misses today on our collection, but moving along to Mortal Kombat Mythologies, they did have that. So Mythology Sub-Zero, it is in pretty good condition. I know a lot of people claim that Mythology Sub-Zero is a bad game. I actually think Mythology Sub-Zero isn't that bad. Sure, it's not a great game. You know, it came out during a time where we really didn't have any 2D beat 'em ups anymore. It is a little weird because it has those fighting game mechanics, but has also a 2D beat 'em up. So it does feel dated when it came out, but I do think that this game is a lot better than people give it credit for. And I would love to see them do a remake in maybe a like third person type of view today, but I think I'd be getting my hopes up there. But yeah, Mythologies Sub-Zero. This might be a game that I actually jump into because I did enjoy it when I beat it years ago. Mortal Kombat 4, and yep, we got it, PS1, a new dimension of combat, because this was the first foray into 3D for Mortal Kombat. I don't really have much to say about Mortal Kombat 4. I would much rather play Mortal Kombat Gold, but as a collector, as a Mortal Kombat fan, I do think this is something that we need, so adding it. And then for the 3D era, when we were looking to make upgrades to our collection there, the only game I found was Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance for the original Xbox. I mean, it looks pretty good. So I'll keep an eye out for the other ones, but this is the only one of the 3D era that we were able to find. And then I didn't see a Mortal Kombat 1 Premium Edition. That's something that I feel like is probably selling still high. So I'll wait for the market to come down on that one. So did we complete the Mortal Kombat collection? No, the only games that we need are Mortal Kombat 3 and Mortal Kombat Trilogy, and I guess Mortal Kombat 1 Premium Edition. And if we want to get super technical, we're still looking for Mortal Kombat 2 for the 32X. We're looking for Deception for GameCube, Shaolin Monks for original Xbox, and Armageddon for the Wii. Now, if this is a video that you enjoyed and you want to see more of my retro collecting journey, then please let me know, because I'd love to make more of these videos as I start diving into more retro collections. I'd love to visit more stores and maybe do some type of vloggy type things where I just go and collect more games. I do have an idea for the next one, but I'm not sure if this is the type of content that you guys want to see. So sound off in the comments below. Before I get out of here, a huge shout out to our Patreon producers. That is Smash Jackson, Jake Weed, Tanner Treza, Pezmage, and John Forehand. Thank you guys for being producers. And if you'd like to support Mass Replay, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member or a patron on Patreon. That'll do it for me today. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and letting me show you some of my collection. Until we go hunting next time, see you guys later.